concussion protocol. Who was that? Dom Jones has a left knee injury. Jack Conklin has a right knee injury. Obviously, with all those, we'll get more information tomorrow. You know, man, you guys are fighting till the end, but we got to find a way to close that one out. And it's you know, disappointing, frustrating with where we were there at the end of the game. But you know, I appreciate how this group's fighting. I appreciate how they're fighting through some tough, you know, the injuries at tackle and those type of things. But man, some good stuff on that football field. But we got to close those games out and have a win with those performances. But we'll get back to work like we always do. With that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, what prompted Dylan's concussion check?
He got checked at halftime. I don't know all the details exactly.
And just how would you assess how Shedeur came in there and played?
Yeah, obviously all players, you know, it's we'll look at it, but he's going to battle like he does. So I'm sure there's things that we can clean up, but those are the things we'll make sure.
So you don't know if Dylan was concussed on that one designed run?
I don't know.
The Ravens showed that tush-push play at all?
Yeah, they've done QB sneaks with the tight ends, yes.
If Dylan clears concussion protocol, he'd be back at your start.
Yes, but he's got, you know, that's obviously a lot into that protocol, a lot goes into that, so we'll see.
How do you think Shedeur handled everything that comes with first NFL start taking over versus a Ravens team?
Yeah, listen, we trust all of our guys. We trust our guys to perform. He's no different, you know, and playing a backup quarterback role, as we've talked about over the years, that's tough to come in there, but we trust him. I know there's things that he's going to want to do better, but that's why we work.
You talk so much about, I already asked you a lot about Shedeur not getting any reps with the starting units. So that was like really his first legitimate snaps and reps with the starting offense, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that there was any maybe kind of rush there?
Yeah, I understand the question. I would tell you we do so much work with the quarterback position and the entire team, not just those reps on a practice field. And those are, as we all know, those are tough reps for when you have a young starter as well. But there's so much that we do to supplement that type of thing.
It also seemed like, especially when Shedeur got there, I mean, I think the entire game showed a lot of cover zero and dropped out, and you know, it seemed like Shedeur kind of struggled with that and Dylan as well. Do you think that as a staff, you guys could have done anything better?
I always think we can do better, always.
Was the whole playbook available to Shedeur in the second half?
Yes. Yes.
Can you talk about the defensive effort and just the performance of Miles Garrett today?
Yeah, I thought there were some outstanding moments out there from our defense. Obviously, Miles got to the quarterback a bunch of times. I thought he and the defensive line provided pressure throughout the game. Obviously, there's plays that we want back, but I thought to stand up and hold them to field goals in the red zone was a big deal in that football game.
On the pass to Larvin in the end zone, you think he should have caught it? Was that a great defensive play?
Yeah, that's, you know, I trust our guys.
Does it mean anything that you guys played better than the game in Baltimore? Can you take anything away from that?
No, yeah, we're out here to get a win.
Kevin, knowing that you guys might have had to throw Shedeur into a situation like this at some point once he became QB2, why wouldn't he get any first team reps with the starters in practice?
Yeah, I understand the question, Mary Kay. I would tell you, you're always trying to get your starter ready to play, and certainly when your starter's a rookie, those are very valuable reps. When your backup is a rookie also, you do everything in your power to get our quarterbacks as many reps as possible. Post-practice, after practice, extra meeting time, so that's just part of how it goes. But the bottom line is we trust both of our players. We trust all of our players because of the work that they put in.
Do you feel like Shedeur managed the pressure that the Ravens grabbed?
Yeah, we didn't do a good enough job, period, as a team and certainly as an offense in there. So we'll make sure that we get back to work.
Is it fair to say that you think Shedeur would have a much better chance of being successful if you guys game plan for him and play to his strengths and he's got those reps?
Yeah, I think that's true probably of every backup, Mary Kay. And I think listen, that was a part of earlier in the season with Joe as your starter and Dylan as your backup. There's things that you're going to lean into with a different player. So that's no different for all of your players. You want to make sure that your players, particularly that position, have plays that they're comfortable with. So to Zach's question, of course, the playbook's open, but there's stuff that you're going to make sure you call that there's a comfort level for your quarterback.
Kevin, the challenge, you waited. Were you still collecting information, or were you just waiting for them to?
Collecting information. It's tough when replays. Really, what hurt us there is the call on the field. Once the call on the field was what they called, it's really hard to overturn. Obviously, replay assist got involved, didn't overturn it. So there's risk to doing that. I just felt like maybe, I thought the visual evidence was pretty overwhelming. They felt differently.
How about the way your special teams played today, Kevin, after a tough week?
Yeah, I thought there were some really good moments. Again, that we can be better. There's a couple coverage reps that I know we can be better, but like I told you this week, we have a prideful group that wants to be better for this football team.
Maybe this goes without saying, but is it safe to say that Shedeur will start if Dylan does not?
Yes.
The protocol?
Yes.
Are you comfortable without adding a quarterback then?
We'll work through that this week.
Were there any conversations on the last play there about them not calling offsides?
Yeah, I thought they did, but didn't call it.
So, assuming that, we obviously the concussion protocol takes on different forms for every player. With Dylan being a rookie quarterback, would you need him to log some practice?
Yeah, I understand the question. I need to get to Monday.
In the first half, it looked like Dylan was hit late out of bounds, and you were pretty mad. Did you get any explanation on that?
I did. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't matter.
Kevin's playing on time the greatest challenge for Shedeur.
No, I think, listen, all of us are constantly improving. He will improve like he has. He'll improve every single day. He'll put the work in like he's doing. There's plays I know that he wants back, but he'll keep working. We have a ton of faith in our players, and that includes our starters, our backups, our young guys, our vets. We trust our guys.
You were talking about on Friday the progress that you've seen Shedeur make. How has that manifested itself? Like what kinds of things have you seen in practice that are really good?
Yeah, I think Shedeur specifically, but it's hard for me because our young players work so hard. Mary Kay, they've done such a nice job. So it's hard to single our guys out because as a rookie class, they've taken the development piece of this game so seriously. So it's fun for me as a coach and for our guys to work with our players and get them better every single day. So Shedeur's made unbelievable strides in the meeting room, on the practice field. I know he wants to be better, and he will be better, but that's just going to come from hard work.
On that Andrews run for the touchdown at the end, is it just so hard not to oversell in the middle and make that call?
You see that around in different short yard situations. Philly has the sweep off of it, so you know that there's plays that they have off of those looks. Obviously, well designed by them.
Good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Hey y'all, I'm the host of Premier Sports Talk, Randy Prentice. Stay on. ShedeurSanders is he's coming up next to answer the questions of the media. Hold tight, ShedeurSanders is coming on next. We all want to hear this. I know I want to hear it, but help the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, drop more comments. That's how the video feed gets pushed out in the YouTube algorithm. It gets pushed out of the mud at the bottom of the basement in YouTube. The more activity, the more comments, the more thumbs up. It helps push it pushes the live video feed up out of the bottom of all the millions of YouTube channels and pushes it up higher on the chart. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Whether you're a ShedeurSanders supporter or not. I was actually driving. I went to 4 different bars trying to see the game here in Atlanta. And I finally got to see the last 10 minutes of the game. He had an opportunity to tie the game up. Here we go. Shedeur.
How's everybody doing? Decent. First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to get out there. That's all you could ask for, honestly. The chance to get out there, get your feet wet, to experience how it feels, you know, to even be out there with the team, with the first group, with everybody. So I truly was excited.
When did you know you're going into the game?
Right at halftime, so right before you see me, right when you see me.
What was going through your mind at that moment when you found out that you were gonna be out there leading the offense?
It's time for me to step up.
How do you think you played?
I don't think I played good. I don't think I played good at all. I think there's a lot of things, you know, we need to look at, you know, during the week and go and just get comfortable even throwing routes, you know, with Jerry and throwing routes with all those guys. So I think that was my first ball to him all year. Nah, but other than that, I just think overall we just gotta go next week and understand, so then we have a week to prepare. Stuff I like to do.
Shedeur, do you think that if you play next week, if Dylan doesn't clear protocol, do you feel like if the game plan is designed for you and you get those first team reps, those starting reps in practice, that this is just going to be a whole different ball game for you when you get out there?
No, the most I can ask for is opportunity. See, like that's an uncontrollable thing that I'm not able to control, and that's not, you know, nothing I should speak on. Just being the quarterback of this team, this franchise, you know, they gave me an opportunity. I ain't do up to my expectation, enough to get us a win, you know. So I just got to take that one to the chin.
You mentioned that you hadn't really thrown to Jerry and these guys with the starting unit, and Kevin alluded to that as well. How much of there was maybe like a rust factor or acclimation period with those pass catchers in that second half?
I think you've seen it was just rough overall. It was a rough day overall. But the thing that I was excited about is just being able to get out there, you know. It's the first time I got hit, like, since my last game at Colorado. So just having that feeling back, you know, is good. And, you know, I feel fulfilled overall when it comes to being out there practicing, going in between the lines, seeing actually what it's like. And I know I'm made for it, you know. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind that that final drive was going to go down there, score. Things happened, we didn't, but I was just excited because I knew what I was going to be able to do out there. And for the team, for the linemen, and even getting snaps from Poe, you know, like that was amazing. You know, going out there in a live game, being able to do that with him, and the way the guys, the way the O-line, running back, receivers, defense, like all right around. That's all you guys for a quarterback.
On that last drive, you made it.
Was going to be a touchdown.
I think every throw, you know, is going to be complete until it's not. You know, I know Gage is a dog.
That's a tough spot.
I have the most rush for Gage out of everybody out there. So we out there in Hungry Dogs going at it every day. So yeah.
It just seemed like a really good play by the defender there. It was a nice throw by you. And I mean, is that how you saw it? Just a bang?
No, I don't think too much in it. You know, I don't think too much in that. I just take what come with it. Okay, cool. Next play.
What do you think there was? Kevin's talked a lot about those extra periods. You mentioned the hungry dog periods, just as opportunities to get extra reps and everything. How much did you feel like those extra reps have at least helped prepare you for when you were out there finally, if at all?
Yeah, it helped me understand the concepts live, you know, but it's different when it's different body types going out there, different way how people get out of routes. Like what I seen on the pick initially was I see his hips turn, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna be able to get out there, but at the same time, like playing quarterback is extremely hard, so it's like I like knowing every detail about my receivers. I like knowing the small things, what they're good at, what they're not good at. It's like so many details that helps me play confident with those guys. And I know, we at the bottom right now. This performance, everything, it'll never be like this. But I'm dedicated to being able to get those opportunities with those guys to have a relationship. I got a relationship without 100 dogs though. We like clockwork out there, but you just gotta see everything a little bit more. Like them come out, route them, do all different type of stuff. So
Besides that, not having the familiarity with the first team guys, what was the most difficult part of it? The Ravens' coverage, the pressure they brought, the speed of it. What did you find anything difficult?
Yeah, it's a fireable offense
they props.
that Kevin Stefanski has never gave his young man as a backup quarterback
I know the only way is up.
any first team reps.
For sure.
Sorry, you came into a very intense game against a division rival,
Yeah.
a close game, and you said you didn't feel like you played well. But what did you think went right, and what went right for you to build upon for your next start?
Losing isn't something I'm comfortable with at all. So everything, I just gotta take this one. I gotta take this one. I gotta decompress. I gotta understand, this really happened. On my watch. So
Learn from our losses.
I don't like the feeling, and I know offensively,
Always something
if
to
I'm
learn.
able to get out there and have an opportunity, I know that I'll be able to take everything to a different level. Like I said, I'm still the same confidence. I'm still me. I'll never go anywhere, Just going out there, seeing daylight, that's all I needed, to see how they move out there. You playing against a great defense.
That's right, Sims.
Guys from the Pro Bowl out there, so it's exciting to see, okay, this is what it's like. All right.
There's always a
This
lesson
is what it's
learned
like.
when we
I'm
fall
excited
down.
for it.
Always.
I just gotta take this one, and build on it.
What was the communication like?
Why nobody else was able to get something back?
Did you notice the reaction from the fans when you came into the game? Were you able to soak that in?
Yeah, I'm extremely thankful.
I heard the stadium sound
let
like
me say this.
a lion roar.
When Dylan out there playing and all that, I appreciate the fans, I appreciate everybody, but it don't really, I'm a good person overall, so I don't really like him not feeling comfortable, confident, when he get out there. So, it puts everything in a tough spot, and it's not helping the team, So that could be taken as, okay, I'm being a distraction, even though I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing, but I'm thankful for the supporters, thankful for the fans, thankful for everybody out there, that believes. And, when I got out there, I definitely felt them. And, I'm truly thankful for it. And, yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm out here. I'm thankful for the opportunity, thankful for seeing all them 12 jerseys out there. And it was a great feeling for that. But the feeling of losing, that ain't nothing we're going to get comfortable with, like, on my watch, for sure.
Appreciate it. We gotta get
Thank you.
All right, hope y'all enjoyed the content. I think Myles Garrett comes up. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. We got Myles. Myles Garrett had another 4-sack day. Another MVP year, y'all. Total 12 sacks on the year.
Winds up being a loss.
Just try to think about the things I could have done, I'm not going to put it on anything other than myself. First thing I do is look in the mirror. I got 4. No ops on. No Lamar. Didn't get the ball out. Got a hit on Henry. Right as soon as he got the handoff, I gotta make I gotta make bigger plays.
That sneak from Andrews that wound up winning the game. You know, I know that you expect him to go up the middle. Is that just, you gotta just sell out on that play, or you just need to be more disciplined as a group there and not let him do that?
I mean, I'm not certain as to who has them in that moment. I know that we all committed on the sneak, and the well executed play by them, and I'm not gonna point the finger at anybody. I don't know whose responsibility that was, but they had a good call for where we're at.
Miles, I'm sure you would probably give back the 4 sacks just the way you would have given back the 5 sacks if you guys could have gotten this victory. Is that right?
I mean, it's a blessing to have the opportunity to have 5, 4, however many it is. So I'm just grateful for that. Those guys were rushing the behinds often. We always talk about 4 rushers equaling 1, and I think we had a great day rushing the passer, and we all want some plays back.
Miles, I know you said that, last week you said, whatever, could be going with the offense quarterback, you leave them to do that, you take care of the defense. But when you see Shedeur kind of making his debut and, kind of like a high leverage moment like that, do you say anything to him maybe during the break, or do you say anything to him after the game?
For sure. I mean, just tell him to keep his head up. I know there was one drive in which he kind of walked off, and I saw him, he was putting his head down. I know he was kind of thinking about, I know he wants to make the play. He wants to, have that game-changing drive because, he feels like he has that ability, and, we've seen it. So, don't be discouraged from, 1 drive or 2 drives. It's a good, football team over there. So, just trying to keep him to, keep his confidence high and, keep on chasing that standard in which he set. And we're going to continue to support him. He spoke after the game, and, he wanted to pin it on, himself and his performance, but we're not going to allow him to do that. It's a team game, so we're all in this together.
So he addressed the entire team in the locker room.
Yeah.
Man, you said you wonder what more you could have done, but is there anything specific? I mean, you basically dominated, especially that first game.
Get the ball up. I mean, forced fumbles, definitely changed the game, and I know they're doing their best to protect that. I got to be even more violent in trying to take it away. I feel like there was opportunities in which we lost contain, and we could have had even more sacks, whether from me or from other guys. And that's just discipline on our part and things we can learn from. And they're a good team.
Miles, you mentioned you got a hit on Henry. Was that on the long run, or is it a different play you're talking about?
Oh, this TFL in the red zone. Yeah.
Miles, we haven't seen this ourselves, but we've heard a lot about the progress that Shedeur has been making, like when he runs the scout team against you guys. Have you seen some really nice progress in him over these past couple months that we've been not there? And if so, do you feel pretty confident about, going forward if he gets in there with a game plan, designed for him and everything?
It's not my position or my role to evaluate how he's doing. No, he's there to run an offense that's not ours. So I'm not going to say whether he's doing good or bad. He's doing what he's supposed to, and no, he doesn't complain. He doesn't bitch and moan about it. He just goes out there and does his job, and then he goes on and gets extra work.
Miles, seeing Devin get that pick 6, and then also Carson have that interception, just we talk about the importance of those takeaways. How have you just kind of continue to see those build, and then those 2 plays having an importance in this game?
I mean, first and foremost, those guys are playing at an outstanding level right now. Carson, especially as a rookie, he's the guy for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's anyone ahead of him currently. And D. Bush is having an absolute resurgence. I'm feeling more comfortable in this game and playing with his hair on fire. So those guys are taking the ball away. That kind of eluded D. Bush at the beginning of the season, and now he's really starting to put it all together. And they're really playing off each other. So I could be proud of how they're playing in the secondary in general. I think the defense looks good. There will always be some plays in which we can be a little bit sharp. We can execute better, but that was a solid performance. But the standards got to be even higher.
You guys did so well against Henry in that first matchup, did they do things differently schematically? I mean, you had obviously a better day with that one long run.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give up any explosive, and I mean, that one was the majority of the work that he did. But I mean, guy's a Hall of Famer. You know, he's gonna get one, and you try to just limit the damage. And no, they stuck with the run. You know, getting him the rock, getting downhill, and you know, just getting movement. You know, trying to keep him from you know, shuffling or stopping his feet. And they were able to, you know, create a nice gap with the wham trap play. So, you know, kudos to them. That was well executed.
All right, there y'all have it, y'all. We heard Coach Kevin Stefanski. We actually heard from ShedeurSanders, and we heard from Myles Garrett. I was actually driving on the road. I wasn't able to see the game, except for the last 10 minutes. We all, who's a ShedeurSanders supporter, we all been wanting to see this opportunity. I think if we're honest with ourselves, we never wanted to see him get thrown into a game where he didn't have a week to prepare, where he didn't have a week to, for the first time ever, practice with the first team reps, with the first team players. Here it is, November 15th, and this was the first time that ShedeurSanders ever played with the first team personnel. That was purposely done. I don't think Kevin Stefanski ever wanted Shedeur to be out there on the practice field, getting the minimum practice amount of reps in case there was an emergency situation like today, to where the first team could compare Dillon Gabriel to ShedeurSanders. That was the intent, not allowing ShedeurSanders to get first team reps. Because think of it this way, you got two cars. You got one car, it's a 2005, and then you got a brand new BMW, and you look at them both and you drive them both, and what car you gonna want? You're gonna want that brand new BMW that can haul ass down the road. I don't want to see any player get hurt. I hope the best for Dillon Gabriel. I didn't even get to see the play. I'll be up tonight watching the highlights, and the all 22 breakdown footage of the game will come out tomorrow. It won't come out tonight. But I want to go. I want to see how Dillon actually got hurt. Just, you know, getting concussions in any sport is very dangerous for us because it affects us long term in our latter years of our lives. And truth be told, I just found out this week that NFL players, after they're done playing, they only get 5 years of health care, y'all. That blew my mind. NFL players only get 5 years of health care. No matter if you an MVP, Super Bowl, Tom Brady, whoever, you only get 5 years of medical coverage when you're in the league, or after you leave the league. So, hope you enjoyed the content. Whenever you watch it, drop your comments. The more comments you drop, the more people hit that thumbs up button. It'll help push Premier Sports Talk out higher up in the YouTube algorithm and feed it out to more people. That's why you hear content creators always say, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell, and drop your comments. And the reason is just so the channel will get pushed out. Y'all been blessed in Premier Sports Talk. Those of you who haven't subscribed, it would be a blessing if you would. Started this channel July 4th of 2005 and already at 3,150 something subscribers. On a new path to 4,000 subscribers. But thank you all for blessing the channel. I got to get on here, get other clips. They got ESPN Cleveland actually speaking on the game. I'm going to go to 92.3 The Fan, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, dropping the threads to see all this this content on ShedeurSanders' debut. Thank you for being a blessing, and may you receive the blessing back twicefold. Again, thank you for supporting Premier Sports Talk. I come on live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 p.m.